Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for Game 2 between ICC and Pearl River. Just now joining us, man, you missed an absolute classic. Pearl River eventually wins 5-3 in 10 innings there in Game 1. As Game 2, the Guaranty Bank opening pitch swung on, fly out to right field, and will be out for out number 1. That pitch came your way at 3:10. That was a 3:10 Guaranty Bank opening pitch here in Game 2. We'll give you the lineups in between the exchange of innings. As always, our starting lineups are being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, ICC, and Coke. Now that's a winning combination. Julia Shaw in the circle here in Game 2. She was the pitcher of record in Game 1 after relieving Cliff in the game. Laverne was the first batter, flew out to right field in the first pitch that she saw. This is Toops. Toops outstanding in Game 1. Matter of fact, threw the runner out trying to advance to third with a perfect shot from center field to end the Indians' rally there in the bottom of the 10th. She made 2 outstanding defensive plays as well, so very impressed with her defensive play there in Game 1. She'll dig in with 1 out and nobody on, a 1-1 count. Lifts this one, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Just extended the bat out there, found a piece of it, and dropped it over the head of the infield. And the throw over to first was nearly in time to get her out. Getting a little greedy on the turn there. And she dives back without an issue. And so now with 1 out and a runner on first, this will be Bailey, the pitcher here in Game 1. She actually got the win in Game 1 after relieving Harrington, who pitched outstandingly. She had 14 Renaissance Bank strikeouts and 8+ innings of work. Swings and misses on the first one. Ball gets away. The runner will be able to advance on the pass ball. So a swing and a miss. Runner advances when the ball gets away from the catcher. 0-1 is the count here to Bailey, the pitcher, in Game 2. Wind starting to pick up a little bit again here in Game 2, like it was early on in Game 1. Is that pitch high for a ball? 1-1 now is the count. Well, the softball team will be back in action scheduled for Tuesday when they travel to Boonville to take on Northeast. Of course, weather pending in that one. As this pitch foul back, 1-2 now is the count. Radar showed today about 40% chance of rain on Tuesday. That foul ball, the count now goes 1-2 here to Bailey. Runner at second. We're in the top of the first. This pitch popped up, foul territory, given chase, and will not be able to make the play as it gets out of play. And so we'll stay at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second here in the top of the first inning in game 2. Pearl River improved to 27-3 overall, 9-0 in conference play. ICC fell to 12-18, 4-5 inside conference play after that 10-inning loss to Pearl River in game 1. Pitch missing low and outside, 2-2 now is the count here to Bailey. See the myth, the man, the legend that is John Wayne Harris out there in center field. Leave Colin Minga out there with him as well, along with the grounds crew, who always does an outstanding job here getting the field ready before and between games as that ball in the dirt gets away, and the runner will advance on the wild pitch. So the count goes full now here to Toops. No, excuse me, this is Bailey. That was Toops that advanced to third on the wild pitch. 3-2 pitch, and that one's in there for strike 3. That's the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day, or I should say of the game, here for Shaw. And so now with 2 outs, ICC going to try to see if they can get out of this inning with no damage done with a runner at third. And this is Daughtry coming to the plate. 2 outs. Pitch on its way. That one's going to miss low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third here in the top of the first inning in game 2. There's a ground ball that's going to get past the diving third baseman, and that should go for extra bases. And it drives in the run. They're going to hold the runner at first after a good relay in, but a clutch 2-out hit there by the DP, Daughtry. She gets the RBI, and Toops comes around to score. Second time we've seen a ball just sneak past the diving third baseman like that down the line. So now with 2 outs, it's 1-0 Pearl River here in the top of the first, and this will be Ronsville coming to the plate. First pitch missing low for a ball, 1-0. So 1-0 the count here to the third baseman, Ronsville. .0 is the count. Pitch coming. That one missing. Snap, throw down to first. Not in time. 2-0 now is the count. Again, I apologize. As I said, under the weather today, allergies. When I woke up this morning, they were a nightmare. As this pitch popped up, foul territory. Stegall coming over and makes the play for out number 3. Nice job there by Sadie to come over and make the play defensively for the Indians to end the threat. But Pearl River does get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We told you we'd bring you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, and we'll do that now here between innings. We've already introduced you to the first 5 batters of the game here for Pearl River. That was Laverne playing shortstop, Toops out in center field, Bailey the pitcher, Daughtry the DP, and Ronsville is third baseman. 6 through 9 looks like this. Hoffmeyer is at first base. Rich is she's actually catching. Dean is in right field, and Burgoyne is at second base. Cuevas is the flex. She's out in left field. For ICC, the starting lineups looks like this. 1 through 9 is Turner at shortstop, Martin in center field, Smith is at third base, Tyree is the DP, Shaw is pitching, Beckley is in right field, McLean is catching, McKnight getting the start here in game 2 in left field, Cooper at second, and Stegall is at first in the flex position. That is your starting lineups for both squads, ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination, and Coach Ernest and Coach Hawk hope they got that same winning combination put together here in game 2. And so this will be Hallie Turner coming to the plate here for the Indians. And so Turner will start us off here, as we mentioned, playing shortstop for the Indians. This is Bailey in the circle. She was the Game 1 winner. As this one swung on, and it's going to get over the head of a second baseman. Nice start to the contest there by Turner. Swing on the first pitch she sees and delivers that one for a leadoff single. And now this will be Martin coming to the dish here for the Indians. No outs, runner at first. We're in the bottom of the first. Pearl River with a 1-0 lead here after a RBI single by Daughtry that scored Toops. Bunt, foul ball, strike one. Well, we had a wild game in Game 1. That game went to extra innings. Both teams scored in the first. It was a solo home run by both teams, and they come back and got RBI singles in the 8th. And then we got all the way to the 10th before Pearl River put 3 on the board. ICC was only able to answer with 1 for Pearl River to pick up the 5-3 win in 10 innings in Game 1. Martin shows bunt, pulls back, takes that one for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runner at first. That's Turner at first to reach on a single to start the contest. Or excuse me, start the inning, I should say. As this bunt laid down, Martin's going to have to hurry. Throw from first is in time. So 1-3 on the putout of Martin. Runner does advance, and now this will bring Jessie Smith to the plate. Jessie was our Samstown Market star of the game there in Game 1. And so she'll dig in with 1 out and a runner at second. Bailey in the circle. There's a ground ball, and it's going to be scooped up by the first baseman. Runner will advance to third. So 3 unassisted on the play, and now this will bring Tyree to the plate as a runner able to advance to third on the play. So Tyree, seeing if she can come up with a timely 2-out hit, much like Pearl River did in the top half of the inning, to see if she can push across the tying run here. Tyree batting in that 4 spot with DP again here in Game 2. As getting the ball from one side of the field to the other. As Tyree will dig in, awaiting the pitch here from Bailey. Swings on this one, lifts it, center fielder loses it, and that's going to score the run. And this is going to go for a Davis Ford double by Tyree. A clutch 2-out hit there for Tyree, and we're tied at 1. Well, that was one of those by Toops. She didn't know whether she wanted to come up or go back, and looks like she's actually shaken up on the play as she had an awkward stumble out there in center field. Couldn't get to it in time, and hopefully she's okay. She has been outstanding today out there in center field. Coach is going to head out there and check on her. Let's take the time out and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And good to see that Toops able to stay in the game there for Pearl River. Don't know if that might have been a lower back or maybe just kind of stretched a hamstring or something. As we said, she turned awkwardly, tried to get to the ball as it was hit on a rope, and when she turned, she tried to twist back the other way. So glad to see she's okay and able to stay in the game. 1-1 is the score after that Davis Ford double by Tyree. And now this is going to bring Shaw to the plate. Shaw swings at the first one she sees, fouls it back for strike one. Shaw, the pitcher here in game 2, was the pitcher of record in the first game of the day after coming in to relieve Clift. Clift did come back in the contest, but ICC just could not get anything going there in the bottom of the 10th to push across that second and third run they needed to tie the contest. Shaw rips this one deep center field. Center fielder going back to the wall, and it's gone! Julia Shaw with a 2-run home run. As that one just got out of the ballpark there for Shaw. And that was a clutch hit there off the bat of the pitcher, really helping her own cause there as she's coming home and will touch them all. And Julia Shaw with a 2-run home run now. And for Shaw, that was her 4th home run of the year, moving her into a tie for second place. And so now this will bring Allie Beckley to the plate. 3-1 is the score after that 2-run home run off the bat of Shaw. Beckley will dig in from the right side, as we mentioned, a switch hitter here. Or, excuse me, I said 1 out, but there's 2 outs in the inning. As that pitch high for a ball gets away. 1-0 is the count here to Beckley. Well, I thought there for a second Toops might have a chance to make a play on that ball as it kind of just carried. As we said, the wind was blowing in earlier, has been very calm since then, and Shaw gets that one out of the ballpark. 1-0 the count now here to Beckley. Ticks it for strike one. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. It was a double by Tyree that scored Turner, and then a 2-run home run by Shaw. There's a ground ball. Shortstop's going to come up. Going to have to hurry and gets her by a half a step. 6-3 on the putout of Beckley, but ICC gets 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 1 here in Fulton. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, out of the timeouts. We head now to the second inning. ICC leading this one 3-1 after a 2-run home run by Shaw and a double that scored a run by by Tyree. And now it'll be Hoffmeyer to the plate. As she's playing first base. She'll dig in to start us off here in the top of the second. Game 2 between ICC and Pearl River. That pitch missing high for a ball. If you missed the first game, well, you missed a good one. As it went 10 innings, Pearl River eventually finding a way to win 5-3. ICC did have the tying run on the bases in the bottom of the 10th, but just could not get anything going. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 6, 7, 8 batters drew up. Hoffmeyer, Ritchie, and Dean. Shaw in the circle, helping her own cause with that 2-run home run. That pitch fouled back. 1-2 now is the count. I believe I saw Julia's twin sister here earlier today watching the game. Of course, they'll play each other on Tuesday. She plays at Northeast. So, be a divided family on Tuesday for the Shaw household. So now the count is 1-2 here to Hoffmeyer, the first baseman. This one fouled off, and it will drop. 1-2 will stay the count. Again, I apologize. It's really not the ideal time to be in outdoor sports right now when your allergies are fired up the way mine are. Awaiting the 1-2 offering here from Shaw. There's a ground ball. Shortstop finds it, throws it over, does Turner. 6-3 for the putout of Hoffmeyer. One away now, and this will bring up Rich to the plate. The PA guy went fancy on it, called her Richey. So we're on the top of the second. One out and nobody on. That pitch misses low for a ball. 1-0 is the count now here to Rich. Dylan's watching. He can tell me if it's Richie, or Richey, as the PA guy said. That pitch in there for a strike. She is from Louisiana, so there is a chance that could be the case. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here. Shaw's pitch on its way. That one drifts high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the second. ICC leading game 2, 3-1. Ground ball, foul ball, 2-2 now is the count. So we're going to get the ball back in play here. Swap them out for a second. Richey. That sounds more correct than all the 3 I said a while ago, with it being a Louisiana name. So Richey at the plate. She's catching here. 2-2 pitch on its way. This one popped up. Second baseman's going to come in and make the play for out number 2. So 2 away now. This will bring up the number 8 batter, Dean, who's playing in right field.
Now it's a bat number 15, Dean.
And so Dean will dig in, try to spark a 2-out rally. Shaw tried to see if she can get a 3-up, 3-down inning here and get the bats back to the plate here for the Indians. They lead at 3-1. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Dean. So 0-1 the count. Dean at the plate, 2 outs and nobody on right now. That pitch in there for strike 2. Shaw quickly ahead in the count. 0-2. And so now Dean will have to guard the dish with this 0-2 count against her here. Shaw gets the signal, now set to deliver. That pitch outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. Good eye on the part of Dean to hold off on that one. And 1-2 now goes the count here on the right fielder, Dean. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here from Shaw. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout, the second of the game to end the inning there. ICC leads it 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with more. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank. Back with more right after this.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. ICC with a 3-1 win here, or excuse me, lead here in game 2. Trying to pick up a win to see if they can earn a split with the number 2 team in the country. And it'll be Chloe McLean to start us off here. McLean, McKnight, and Cooper. 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for ICC. McLean catching again here in game 2 like she did game 1, so warrior behind the plate for ICC and McLean. Fulton native. This is still Bailey in the circle. It's that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, nobody on as McLean is starting us off here in the bottom of the second. And now Bailey will step off and call time. She wants them to kind of run through the numbers again. So 1-0 is the count here to McLean. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. McLean, McKnight getting the start in left field here. She did not play. Well, no, actually, she came in and ran in game 1, but did not get an at-bat or a defensive outage. As this pitch popped up left side, the left fielder's going to give chase, and it's going to drop. 1-2 now is the count here to McLean. Remind you, our next scheduled broadcast is for Tuesday is baseball coming to town, Northeast, in conference play. It's going to be a big doubleheader for both ICC and Northeast when it comes to making a push for the playoffs. As all speed, and that one hung up there as McLean thought about swinging at it twice that time and held off on it. We do encourage you to visit letsgoicc.com and follow us on your favorite social media platform, Let's Go ICC, to keep up with everything ICC athletics. 2-2 now is the count here to McLean. That one missing low. Now the count goes full. Pretty good little at bat here for McLean, trying to start the inning off to see if she can reach. Turner singled to start the first, eventually came around to score on a Tyree double. So bottom of the second, 3-1 ICC with the lead. And that's ball 4. Nicely done there by McLean to draw the walk to start the inning. And now this will be McKnight coming to the plate. And it looks like the coach from Farver wants to come out and have a quick word. We'll hear from Guaranteed Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as the conversation in the circle continuing here. The umpire going to walk up and try to break this one up. So this will be McKnight, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Nobody out. Runner at first here for the Indians. Be McKnight's first at bat of the day. She's starting in left field. They moved Martin to center field here in game 2. And so that quick conversation with Bailey still in the circle. Is that pitch going to miss low for a ball? 1-0 now is the count here to McKnight. As we mentioned, Bailey did pitch and got the win in game 1, but didn't necessarily pitch a lot. So fatigue shouldn't be an issue. As this pitch fouled back. 1-1 now is the count. So no outs, runner at first. 3-1 ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the second. Game 2 against number 2 Pearl River. So waiting the 1-1 offering here from Bailey. Swung on a miss, 1-2 now is the count to McKnight. So now the count 1-2 here to McKnight, batting in that 8 spot. Grounder, third baseman though finds it's going to go to second for 1, and they will get the force. So a heads-up play there, because that would have been a bang-bang play at first. Score that one 5-4 on the fielder's choice to retire McLean and get that leadoff runner, or I should say the runner that would have been moved into its second to cut her down there and keep her out of scoring position. Is now this will be Cooper. Cooper almost the hero in game 1. Missed it by a foot, as it would have been a walk-off 2-run home run, as this pitch foul back. Runner goes on the pitch. That'll be strike 1. 0-1 is the count here to Cooper. She's the number 9 batter in the lineup. Turner is on deck. The pace of this game has slowed dramatically compared to the first game of the day. Bailey getting the signal from the side now. Runner at first in McKnight. Runner goes, throw to second is not in time. Matter of fact, gets to the outfield, so that'll be a stolen base for McKnight. So the Indians get a runner now in scoring position. As that pitch was high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second now here for the Indians. Cooper at the dish. She's playing second base here. That's where she played in the first game, where she's playing here in the second game. Waiting the 1-1 offering. Looks at that one. Runner goes down to third, and she's going to steal third as well. The throw was in time, but the ball just popped out of the glove of the third baseman. And so back-to-back stolen bases now. They call that one a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Cooper. Indians would love to find a base hit here, but the Wildcats trying to find out number 2. 1-2 pitch coming. Swung on a miss. Nice rise ball there. And gets the strikeout, the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day there for Bailey, or I should say of the game. She did come in and pitch in game 1. And now back to the top of the lineup here with Hallie Turner. Turner swung on the first pitch she saw and reached on a single. Eventually came around to score on a double by Tyree. Indy is looking for a clutch 2-out hit here to see if they can tack on an insurance run. Tyree swings and misses at that one. Strike 1. Well, the Indians have had runners on scoring position multiple times in game 1. Actually, I think twice they could have won the game, but just could not come up with those timely hits here in these type of situations. Tyree can't catch up with the fastball there. 0-2 now. Or excuse me, that's Turner. I said Tyree, but that's Turner at the plate. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at third. ICC up 3-1 here. Bailey looking for her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. That pitch high. Nice job climbing the ladder to get that one by Rache. And now the count goes 1-2. Still don't know if the ball would have, it had enough velocity on it, probably would have bounced back towards home plate with the new nets being as tight as they are. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. That one misses low. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at third. ICC trying to pick up an insurance run here, leading it 3-1 in the bottom of the second. Pearl River, however, looking for the exit to get out of this inning with no damage done. Swinging and a miss for strike 3, and that was clutch. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts there by Bailey. As it's still 3-1 in favor of the Indians. We'll take a break and be back with the top of the third right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Heading now to the top of the third inning. ICC with a 3-1 lead here in Game 2, trying to earn the split with number 2 Pearl River on the afternoon. For Pearl River to be the 9-1-2 batters scheduled up, Burgoyne, Laverne, and Toops. Julia Shaw still in the circle here for ICC. Burgoyne did have an at-bat in the first game, I believe, came up with a clutch double to score a run. That pitch fouled off for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. It's like Pearl River does, actually I was going to say have somebody up in the bullpen, but they're actually just taking some extra swings to the bat versus getting warmed up pitching-wise. So 0-1 is the count here to Burgoyne, the second baseman, batting in that 9 spot. Pitch missing low, 1-1 now is the count. That pitch fouled off. 1-2 now is going to be the count here to Burgoyne. Let that one came off the catcher again. And we said McLean catching here in Game 2. The young lady that caught Game 1 for Pearl River, she was hit with at least 5 foul balls. I want to say 6 or 7 tops, but I know for sure Lindsay was hit with 5 foul balls. I know 2 for McLean there in Game 1 as well. She just got hit by another one. 1-2 pitch coming. That pitch drifts up high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs as Burgoyne is leading us off here in the top of the third. That one right to Smith, picks it up, throws it across the way for the out. Boy, that one was blistered, but Smith in the right spot at the right time is able to glove that one and get it out 5-3 for those of you scoring at home. Now we're back to the top of the lineup here with 1 out in the inning now, and this is Laverne coming to the plate. She flew out on the first pitch she saw out to right field. And this one ripped, and it's going to drop for a base hit out there in center field. Third hit of the game. And now this will bring Toops to the plate. Toops singled, advanced on a pass ball, advanced on a wild pitch, and eventually came around to score on an RBI single by Daltrey. Said she was shaken up on a defensive play in that first inning. Good to see that she's able to hang in the game here. So she'll dig in here. The runner at first and one out. That pitch at the knees for a strike. So you got Laverne at first. Swing and a miss for strike two. Came in with a little bit of the inside heat that time. 0-2 now is the count here to Toops. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. That one high. 1-2 now is the count. Not a bad spot to miss, especially when you got a pitch to kind of throw away there if you're Shaw. So 1-2 is the count. And that one found a piece of it to foul it back, and we'll stay at 1-2 here with Toops. We mentioned she singled and eventually came around to score, and her only at bat so far here in game 2. Shaw's got 2 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Would be an ideal time to find a third here if she had it in her pocket. 1-2 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there. As we mentioned, third of the game for Shaw. And now this will bring Bailey to the plate. Bailey pitching here in game 1. She struck out looking at her first at bat. Could really help her own cause here with the base hit. All speed, snap throw down to first is closer than Pearl River fans would have wanted. As that pitch a ball. 1-0 is the count. Two outs in the inning, a runner at first here for the Wildcats. 3-1 ICC with the lead in the top of the third. Game 2 between ICC and Pearl River. Swinging and a miss, strike 1. Nice location on that pitch as like Bailey was possibly looking at something inside, then tried to stretch out and find it on the outside corner. 1-1 now is the count. So Shaw getting set to deliver the 1-1 pitch. That one missing outside. 2-1 now is the count. Well, as we talked about, this game is more of a deliberate pace than we saw in the first game as both pitchers were working quickly. These two pitchers here in game 2 have kind of a little bit slower style of play. As this pitch popped up, Shaw's going to call him off and juggles it and makes the play. So Shaw able to find that one after it hit in and out of her glove and held on to it for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third, but before we do that, let's hear a break from Coke and be back with more right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Tamaya Martin Smith and Tyree due up here in the third. Not that anybody cares, but my ears finally popped in between that inning and I can hear again. So this is going to be Martin who grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat. as this is Bailey in the circle. Swung on, foul back for strike one. 0-1 the count here to Martin. As we mentioned, both these pitchers a lot more deliberate in their delivery than the first two of the day, so the pace of the game has slowed a little bit. Not talking bad about either pitcher. It's just the first game had a much more higher tempo than this one. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 0-2 now is the count here to Martin. So Martin with an 0-2 count. Have to dig in here and protect the plate as Bailey getting set to deliver the pitch. And that one said she did not go, as he called it a ball, but the catcher immediately appealed down to third. And without hesitation, the third base umpire says she did not go. So 1-2 now is the count. So Bailey set to deliver. This pitch, check swing, popped up. Third baseman giving chase, and what a play! Oh my goodness. As she made the diving effort, and that was a rough landing, but somehow held on to that pitch. And what a play over there at third by Ronsville. We have our What a Play Wednesdays, and that was an ICC player that made that play, without a doubt would be our What a Play Wednesday. You saw her crash as she hit the ground over there just before going out of frame. And what a heck of a play over there at third by Ronsville. So now this will bring Smith to the plate. She grounded out to the first baseman in her only at bat so far here in game two. Of course, had that solo home run and an RBI single in game one. Takes a healthy cut. That first one misses for strike one. Well, I think everybody's kind of got the pitching report on Smith now is don't put anything hittable on that first pitch, as she is very aggressive at the plate. So swing and a miss there. 0-1 is the count. Sun starting to come out now. That's that off-speed pitch, and boy, I tell you what, if Bailey gets that off-speed pitch in there for strikes, she is going to be trouble. She's gone to it twice today, just hasn't been able to get it in there for a strike. But ICC batters are just guessing wildly at that one. So now, pitch on its way. Smith hammers this one to the right side. Right fielder will go, and it will be over the head of the right fielder, and this will be a double for Jessie Smith. Stay hot, Jessie, as that was a double and a clutch hit there for Smith. And now this will bring up Riley Tyree. Tyree doubled in her last at bat. Boy, wouldn't the Indians love to see that again here? Runner at second, Tyree at the plate. She also scored whenever Shaw, who is on deck, hit that two-run home run back in the first. This pitch foul back for strike one. (3-1) is the score. ICC had a runner on third in the previous inning. Couldn't get her home. ICC with another runner in scoring position here. And like I said, in game one, when you have runners in scoring position, especially against the number 2 team in the country, you've got to find ways to score those runs or to come back and haunt them. And ICC saw that in a 10-inning 5-3 loss in game one. So now the count is 0-2 here to Tyree. So she'll dig in, waiting the 0-2 pitch, and this one fouled back off the netting and back to the pitcher. That's how we said ICC new construction on the field here. That's how tight these nettings are now. That ball fouled off and went all the way back to the pitcher without any issue. Winds picking up here at the ballpark. 0-2 now is the count. Tyree at the plate, Smith at second. That ball in the dirt. Nicely blocked up that time by Rashay to keep that one in front of her, and Smith at second. Not a bad time to miss a pitch there, especially with it being blocked up in that case. 1-2 now is the count here to Riley Tyree, the DP. We mentioned she had a Davis Ford double in her last at bat. That drove in a run, trying to see if she can duplicate that here. This one popped up, straight back. And that one will get out of play and we'll stay at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runner at second here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the third with ICC leading it 3-1. There's 1 out in the inning. And Tyree can't find that one. Ball in the dirt. Runner will advance to third. The throw out will complete the put out, 2-3 on the strikeout after the drop ball. So now this will bring Shaw to the plate with 2 outs in the inning and a runner at third. Second time that the Indians have had a runner at third with 2 outs in the inning. This could not come up with the timely 2-out hit. Shaw, who had that 2-run home run in her last at bat, could really help her own cause here again with another hit. Shaw looks at that first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at third here for the Indians. They lead it 3-1, trying to pick up an insurance run here in the bottom of the third. Pearl River trying to get out of the inning with no damage done. Big, healthy swing and a miss there. 1-1 now is the count. One of those, if she caught up with it, probably would have been her second home run of the day. Is just couldn't quite catch up with the high heat there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third here for the Indians. This one fouled back. 1-2 now will be the count here on Shaw. Once again, Bailey getting the signal, now set to deliver on the 1-2 pitch. Shaw finds a piece of this one, fouls it, back and out of play. And we'll sit at 1-2 once again. That's Smith at third. She doubled and advanced on a pass ball. And that one found a piece of that time by Shaw. And it'll stay at 1-2. If Shaw were to reach, then Allie Beckley would be up next for the Indians. She gets something down to the infielder. If she just gets a base hit, it should score a run here for the Indians. So Shaw now with a 1-2 count after 3 straight foul balls. That pitch missing low. 2-2 now is the count. Not a bad spot to miss, especially with the pitch to waste, if you will, after she's swung at the last 3 pitches just to foul off and keep the at-bat alive. Couldn't get her to chase one there. 2-2 now is the count on Shaw. Shaw fouls this one back, and we'll stay once again at 2-2. Heck of a bat going here between the 2 pitchers. Shaw pitching for ICC. Bailey the pitcher, obviously, for Pearl River. See who can find a way to win this battle. 2-2 now is the count here to Julia Shaw. All-speed pitch, and that one hangs up for a ball. I'm telling you, folks, if Bailey is throwing that pitch for strikes today, she is going to be extra dangerous, but just can't quite get those off-speed pitches to drop in there for strikes. So now the count goes full here as Bailey looking to the side, gets the signal now, and now as the count goes full, gets set to deliver the full pitch count. Runner at third for the Indians, 2 outs in the inning. And they're going to call that one strike 3 on that inside corner part of the plate. Shaw didn't necessarily like that one, but a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout, the 4th of the game for Bailey to get out of the inning. And once again, ICC leaves a runner stranded at third. We've played 3 here in game 2. ICC's up 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 ICC with the lead. Shaw still in the circle, as it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for Pearl River. This will be Daughtery, Rounsville, and Hoffmeyer, due up here in the 4th. Shaw in the circle. As she'll dig in now and get ready for Daughtery, who had an RBI single in her first at bat. Swings at that one, misses for strike 1. 0-1 now is the count. Good crowd out this afternoon of ICC fans. Of course, Pearl River traveling well as always. Do want to thank those that are watching this afternoon. Special hello to those that are watching in favor of the Wildcats and swinging a miss for strike 2. And as always, hello to the ICC family members out there watching. Do want to remind you, if you're a Pearl River fan, you see Dylan out and about working some of those ball games. Dylan works really hard for you guys out there at Pearl River. Be sure to go by and tell him thank you for all the work that he and his crew does down there to bring you Wildcats athletics. 0-2 now is the count. That one missing outside. 1-2 now is the count to Daughtery. Not a bad spot to miss, especially after swinging at those first 2 pitches. Couldn't get her to chase one there. Now the count goes 1-2. This pitch hammered to the right side. Right fielder's going to go back. And it's an out. That one sounded really good off the bat. And so Indians breathed a sigh of relief there, as that was nothing but a long fly out to right field. And now this will bring Ronsville to the plate. Excuse me. I'm saying Ronsville because I grew up with a Ronsville back home, but it's Ronsville. And she fouls this one back off the net for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to Ronsville. Waiting the pitch here from Shaw. That one missing high and outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. One pitch on its way from Shaw. This one popped up and it's going to get out of play. That'll go for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count. That one over the head of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Remind you, if you'd like to contribute to ICC softball, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu/Indian Club. That's iccms.edu/Indian Club. You can select softball, or if you've enjoyed today's broadcast and would like to contribute to the broadcast that you've seen, you can do so by selecting the Sports Information Indian Club to donate there as well. 2-2 now is the count. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Got her to chase one out of the zone that time for the Renaissance Bank strikeout. That is the 4th of the game. there for Julia Shaw. Now this will be Hoffmeyer coming to the plate with 2 outs in the inning and nobody on. As we mentioned, she is a dual sports star over there with the Wildcats. She also played volleyball along with softball. Big swing and a miss at that one for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to Hoffmeyer. That pitch high and outside for a ball. So 1-1 is the count here. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count to Hoffmeyer. She didn't like that one. As now, per coach will call it time to talk to Hoffmeyer. You can tell she was a little frustrated after that last call, so a few words of encouragement there. So 1-2 now is the count. Be a great time to get that Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning. Instead, there's a ground ball. Shortstop finds it. Throw over, a little low, but a nice dig there by Sadie over at first. 6-3 to end it. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Wildcats there in the top of the 4th. ICC, they've knocked on the door a couple of times, but haven't been able to come through with a run. They still lead it 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you? Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Try some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m. Pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back, as we do have a change defensively here for the Wildcats. Riley Wallace will enter in place of Peyton Hoffmeyer. So, new first baseman in the game. I feel like that would obviously be the batting case whenever they come back up. So, Wallace replaces Hoffmeyer here in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Beckley, McLean, and McKnight due up here for the Indians. So Beckley will bat from the left side this time, as we said, a switch hitter, pending the situation. That first pitch high for a ball. She, too, is a two-sport star here at ICC. She was a member of the basketball team, made that deep run into the NJCAA Region 23 semifinals before losing to eventual champion Gulf Coast. As there's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throw across the way is in time for the out to retire Beckley. So 1-3, and now this will bring up McLean, who is catching. She walked but was erased on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. And so she will dig in here with 1 out and nobody on. 3-1, ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That pitch missing low for a ball here to McLean. Mitchell McLean catching here in game 2 like she did in game 1. Took a foul ball earlier off her throwing hand. She was able to tough that one out and stay in the game. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to McLean. McLean walked, as we mentioned, in her first at bat. Her runner, McKnight, who came in behind her, stole a couple of bases after reaching on that fielder's choice, but was left stranded at third. That pitch high and inside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Chloe McLean. Indians have left a runner on third in back-to-back innings. Could have been big to push at least one of those runs across to pick up an insurance run, as they lead at 3-1 right now here in the bottom of the fourth. And McLean takes a healthy chop at that pitch. 2-2 now is the count. Hear that wind whipping here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Blowing out of the park now, basically from third base to right field. See the American flag there on the top of your screen in the background. This one pulled foul, and we'll stay at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Or excuse me, 1 out. After Beckley grounded out back to the pitcher to start the inning. That pitch in the dirt. Good eye on the part of McLean that time to hold off and force the count to go full here. She had a pretty good at bat to draw that walk first time. I believe fouled off 3 straight pitches before drawing that walk. So now the count goes full. 3-2 here to McLean. And she fouls this one back, and we'll sit at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. McLean battling Bailey in the circle here. We mentioned Bailey was the Game 1 winner, coming in to replace Harrington in the first game of the day. Harrington had 14 strikeouts and 8+ innings of work. As there's a shot, but right at the shortstop. Heck of a play over there as she, I guess you say, bunny hopped up to catch that one, did Laverne, for out number 2. And so now with 2 outs, this is going to bring McKnight, who reached on a fielder's choice, stole a couple of bases, but was left stranded at third in her last at bat. So she's going to try to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the fourth. So that first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to McKnight. McKnight getting the start in game 2 out in left field. Again, I apologize for the sniffles and such. My allergies just going crazy today. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1 now is the count here to McKnight. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here to McKnight. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Pearl River fans thought that one might have been a strike, but instead called ball 2. 2-1 now is the count here to McKnight. So the 2-1 pitch, this one fouled back off the netting. Evens things up now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. ICC with a 3-1 lead, trying to see if they can earn the split this afternoon with Pearl River after dropping a 5-3 decision in 10 innings. There's a slap hit. Second base is going to have to hurry. The throw over is not in time. The speed of McKnight paying off there as the slow roller gave her an extra step. And so that'll be an infield single by McKnight. And so with 2 outs in the inning, now this will bring up Cooper to the plate. Cooper struck out swinging for the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. First of 4 so far here for Bailey in the contest. So she'll dig in to see if she can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. First pitch across for a strike. Well, last time McKnight was on base, she stole a couple of bases. It was close on both of them, so I don't know if the Indians will be that aggressive here with 2 outs in the inning. This pitch popped up, but it's going to get foul and out of play. 0-2 now is the count here to Cooper. So 0-2 is the count. Here to Cooper playing second base. And couldn't catch up with the fastball there, and a clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout, the 5th of the game for Bailey as she gets out of the inning there. We've played 4 in Fulton. ICC leads at 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, we have been working continually through the crisis to meet the needs of our community. Our walk-in clinic is a service that we provide to our patients that want to avoid the wait and exposure of the emergency room. At the walk-in clinic, you can do just that. Walk in with no prior appointment or phone call. We provide specialized treatment for physical injuries like broken bones, sprained wrists and ankles, joint and tendon pain, and sports-related injuries. You can get in, out, and on the road to recovery quicker. The walk-in clinic is equipped on-site with x-ray imaging, casting technicians, durable medical equipment, and injection specialists. Our team is supported by the orthopedic surgeons of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Our staff is specially trained in orthopedic-related injuries. We ensure that you will receive the best care for your orthopedic needs. Remember, at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back now as we head to the top of the 5th inning. ICC leading this one 3-1 in game 2. As Julia Shaw is in the circle. This will be Richey at the plate. She popped up to second and her only at bat so far in the contest. So Richey. This is that first pitch from Shaw in there for a strike. Oh-1 is the count here. Richey, Dean, and Burgoyne due up. That pitch rolls across for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, the sun is out bright for the first time today. 1-1 is the count here to Richey. And pops this one. Left fielder is going to go back, and it's going to be over her head. And this will go for a Davis Ford double. So a nice way to start the inning there for Pearl Rivers. That's a Davis Ford double to start things off. As time taken, the runner will bring her her hitting shield over to the side. So that double just got over the head of the left fielder McKnight out there. And so this will be Dean now coming to the plate. She struck out swinging in her only at bat so far in the contest. That was the fourth hit of the game for Pearl River. ICC has 5. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes it for a ball. Ashlyn Dean. A call for time, and apparently doesn't have the correct card in, as they're going to make the quick switch over there. Again, you can hear the wind blowing the tin around here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth is really starting to, it's blowing in at times and out at times, more so out towards right field. As this pitch fouled off, 1-1 now is the count. You can see the flag whipping out there in the outfield, so anything hit high in the outfield here could be an adventure. Anything hit high and deep towards right field, right center could carry here. So waiting the 1-1 pitch. That one in the dirt, skips across, but a nice job there by McLean to block that one up and have the runner head back to second. So 2-1 is the count. Runner at second, 3-1. ICC with the lead, but Pearl River with a tying run at the plate. Shows bunt, pulls back and takes that one for a ball. 3-1 now is the count here to Dean. Be really surprised here if they don't put the red line on Dean with this 3-1 count. Put the tying run on base. We'll see what they elect to do here. Waiting the 3-1 pitch here from Shaw. That pitch missing low, and that will put her at first. So Dean draws the walk, and Coach Ernest may want to come out and talk to her pitcher here. We'll take the timeout with him and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Well, no change for the Indians as they just want to come out and talk to Shaw and get her refocused. No outs here in the inning. Runners at first and second. Tying run at first, and this is going to be Burgoyne at the plate. She grounded out 5-3 in her only at bat so far in the contest. Shows bunt, lays it down beautifully. Only one play, and it's going to be no play. Well, she was looking at third, and good speed by Burgoyne. So now bases are loaded here. That'll be a fielder's choice. I'll give it a single because really no throw was made. And so now we go back to the top of the lineup. Dangerous situation here for the Indians. Bases loaded with no outs. And this is going to be Laverne at the plate. That pitch missing low for a ball. Once again, the wind starting to shift again here at the ballpark. 1-0 is the count to Laverne. That pitch high, snap throw down to third, not in time. As the third baseman kind of delayed to get back. Was able to get back before the ball got there. 2-0 now is the count. Here to Laverne. She had a single in her last at bat, flew out to right in her first. This one hammered. Left fielder will make the play. They're going to tag up the runner. And the throw gets away, and that's going to allow the runners to advance. Got to hit, and the throw back is in time. And they're going to discuss this one as got her on the call. If that is the case, the run still scores, though. Makes it a 3-2 contest. Now they're trying to say, was it obstruction, is what they're going to argue there. And looks like also a little worse for wear there as Dean looks to be holding her chin after the play, so hopefully she'll be okay. And they're going to say the play stands. So the throw out, I miss who threw the ball. So the Indians catch a break there as the cutoff. They tried to throw it to third to keep the runner to advance, and he got over the third baseman's head. So whoever was backing up the play on that one made a big-time play there. So that was Rashay that scored. It was a RBI single by Laverne. She was able to advance on the throw, and then Dean was put out on the play, something to 5. Did not see who threw the ball in, but there is one out now. And a runner, or excuse me, no, that was not a single. That was actually a fly ball out to left. So that was a sacrifice fly, F7. That sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. And now I got everything situated. That's going to be a ground ball. Going to be a quick race to first, and Stegall gets there with a step to spare. 3 unassisted, so ICC gets out of the inning thanks to that Little Caesars double play, as we'll take a break and be back with more right after this and head to the bottom of the 5th.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you? Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Try some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 5th for ICC. It'll be the 1, 2, 3 batters due up. Turner, Martin, and Smith. Appears that it's going to still be Bailey in the circle here for Pearl River. So it'll be Turner to start things off. She singled, scored a run in the first, struck out to end the second. Indians need to see if they can get that run back that they gave up in the top half of the 5th. They now lead it 3-2 here in game 2. They dropped the first game of the day 5-3 in 10 innings. So this is Turner at the plate. Swings at that first one. Can't hold off on the high heat there. 0-1 now is the count here to Turner. Turner, the shortstop here in game 2, like she was in game 1. That pitch high, 1-1 now is the count. She also in the pitching rotation for the Indians. She'll be heading to Goldie Binkham next year out in Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware is where that is. Fun fact about Wilmington after this pitch. That pitch high for a ball, 2-1. So all the junk mail, the sales and stuff you get in your mail, a lot of that, if not all of that, generates from Wilmington, Delaware. So 2-1 now is the count. Is that pitch at the knees for a strike. And now the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no out as Turner is starting us off here in the bottom of the 5th. And that pitch in there for a strike, and Turner knew it as she started walking towards the dugout. As the pitch got by, And that is going to be the 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Bailey. And so now this will be Martin. Martin 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to the pitcher. Popped up in foul territory to the third baseman on an amazing diving play. As that pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 now is the count. Jesse Smith on deck for the Indians. Swing and a miss there as Martin pulled her head out of that one. 0-2 now is the count here to Tamaya. So 0-2 is the count. Bailey set to deliver the pitch. And they're going to call that one a strike on the outer edge. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts looking for Bailey. That's her 7th of the game. And now this will be Jessie Smith coming to the plate. She doubled, advanced on a pass ball, but was left stranded at third after back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. That was in the third inning. And so Smith will dig in. Swings at the first pitch she sees, and that one's going to take an awkward hop, and that'll be an error on the third baseman. Just ate her up that time. E5 on the play. Thank y'all. Sorry about that. Got a bless you from the crowd, so I do appreciate that. And there's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop finds this one. We'll flip it over to second for the out to end the inning. 6-4 for those of you scoring at home. So once again, ICC gets a runner on but can't get anything going. We played 5 here in Fulton in game 2. 3-2. Pearl River starting to grab a little bit of momentum. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 6th inning. ICC leading this one 3-2 after a run scored in the top part of the 5th. It was ICC scoring 3 in the bottom of the 1st. A RBI double by Tyree and a 2-run home run by Shaw. And so this will be Bailey to start us off here in the top of the 6th inning. Swings the first pitch she sees, and that one's going to go foul for strike 1. Well, Smith gave chase to that one. Now, there's been a couple of times today that the Wildcats have been able to get a blistering shot down that third baseline, just inches fair. But that one does go foul and out of the reach of Smith over there at third base. 0-1 now is the count. Shaw still in the circle here for the Indians. That pitch falls off the table a bit early. 1-1 now is the count. Remind you, our next broadcast here on the Red Channel will be Tuesday. Right now it's scheduled to be baseball, but rain is in the forecast. It'll be against Northeast. As this one's going to be hit, and it's over the head of the third baseman, and that'll go for a leadoff single off the bat of Bailey, her first hit of the game. And now the tying run is on base here for Pearl River, and this will bring Daughtery to the dish. So no outs and a runner at first. Daughtery had an RBI single in her first at bat, flew out deep to right field in her last at bat. Wind continuing to blow that way now. Swings on that one up the middle. That's going to go for a base hit. Back-to-back singles now by Pearl River. And so now the tying run in scoring position and the go-ahead run at first. And now this will be Roundsville coming to the plate. Still no outs. Looks like they're going to put a runner in this situation, are the Wildcats. Trying to see who they can put into this situation. And this will be number 9 coming in to run. That is going to be Cuevas coming in to run for the DP. Cuevas playing in left field. She was the flex player. So now ICC would love to find a Little Caesars double play if they've got one in their pockets here. Runners at first and second, top of the 6th, 3-2 ICC with the lead. Shows bunt, it's a beauty. Only one play, and it's going to be to first, and it's going to be in time, as that's going to be a sacrifice bunt to perfection there. 5-3 on the putout of Roundsville. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. Welcome all ICC students. They're located right across the street from the e-learning building here in Fulton. So now the tying run is at third. Go-ahead run is at second. And the pitcher's going to step off the rubber for a moment. This is Wallace at the plate. She's batting in place of Hoffmeyer. That pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. That one missing low. 2-0 now is the count. You got to be careful. You got Rashay on deck. She had a double in her last at bat. Did come around to score to make it a 3-2 contest. Tying run is at third here for the Wildcats. 2-0 pitch on its way. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Tying run is at third here for the Wildcats. Waiting the pitch from Shaw. This one popped up and is going to be caught in right field, but not deep enough to score the run. Big time out there. Nice job to quickly get that one back in the infield. Runners unable to advance. And now there's 2 outs. And this will be Rashay coming to the plate. So that's a big out there. Can the Indians get out of the inning here with no damage done? They lead it 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. Shaw's pitch. Popped up. Could be a big out here. Shaw's going to come in and make the play. Indians pull the Houdini act to get out of the inning there with no damage done, with runners at second and third. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. ICC trail trying to find some insurance runs in this one. They lead it 3-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Welcome back now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC up 3-2, a big-time pop-up recorded out there by Shaw to end the inning to get ICC out of a jam. The tying run was at third. Go-ahead run was at second. We saw ICC a couple of times have an insurance run advance to third, unable to get them in, so ICC escaped that with no damage done. It'll be Shaw, Beckley, and McLean scheduled up here for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th. ICC would love to find some insurance runs here after giving up one in the top of the 5th. Bailey still in the circle here in game 2. As this pitch foul back, 0-1 now is the count. So no balls, 1 strike. All speed, and that one falls off the table a bit too soon. As we said, Bailey just struggling to get that all-speed pitch in there for strikes today. 1-1 now is the count here to Shaw. She's 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run in her first at bat, struck out looking in her second. That pitch high. 2-1 now is the count here to Shaw. Scoreboard shows 3-1, so I've got it 2-1. We'll see after this pitch. And now it will be 3-1 now to count here to Shaw. I wish the scoreboard was right because Shaw would have started us off with a walk, but instead now the count goes 3-1 here to Julia. They did say that the DP went back into the game, so Daughtery did come back in case they do get it back around to her. As there's a big swing and a miss, 3-2 now, as Shaw just couldn't catch up with the fastball there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. I believe Shaw's going to continue her career at William Carey at the conclusion of this season. They're getting a good one in Julia, as she can pitch and bat, and she's got a good bat on her. 3-2 pitch. And Shaw goes down looking at that one. Thought that was ball 4. Got just enough in the inside corner to get that one for strike 3. The 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Bailey. I may have just jinxed her by complimenting on her bat. But a big pitch there for Bailey. And now this will bring Beckley to the plate, batting from the left side. Swings the first pitch she sees. Shortstop gets it. Throw across the way. It gets her by a step. Did not have any moment of hesitation on that one by the shortstop, Laverne, as she was able to reel that one in and get the second out of the inning. And now this will bring McLean to the plate. McLean walked in her first advance, or excuse me, her first at bat was erased on a fielder's choice. Hit the ball hard, but right at the shortstop in her last at bat. So looking to redeem herself here. 2 outs in the inning. ICC leading at 3-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch in there for a strike. So 0-1 the count here to McLean. Sun starting to drift behind some clouds once again here at the ballpark. This pitch popped back off the netting, 0-2 now. is the count here to the catcher, McLean. If she were to reach, then McKnight would be up next for the Indians. So 0-2 is the count. Pearl River trying to get a 3-up, 3-down inning, see if they got some magic in their sticks in the top of the 7th. That off-speed pitch hangs up high for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. Well, the one thing that off-speed pitch is doing is making the ICC batter stay honest. May not be able to throw them for strikes, but she is throwing it often enough that you've got to have it in the back of your head that it's coming. And there's strike 3. Big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the 9th of the game for Bailey. ICC couldn't get the additional run on the board, but it's still 3-2 Indians. Can ICC find a way to hang on and win this one as we'll head to the 7th? We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back now as we head to the 7th inning. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters due up here for Pearl River. They've been causing the issues for the Indians over the last few innings. It was Dean who walked but was erased on a great play on the throw back to third that got away behind home plate. That first pitch high and outside for a ball. 3-2 is your score. Number 2, Pearl River trailing ICC by a run. Indians 3 outs away from the win here. They almost found a way to win game 1 as they fell 5-3 in 10 innings. See if they can earn the split this afternoon here in Fulton. That pitch high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Dean. Dean, Burgoyne, and then Laverne scheduled up here in the top of the 7th. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count here to Dean. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs, nobody on here in the top of the 7th. This pitch popped up and going to give chase is the third baseman and can't find it as she was having to keep an eye on the fence, and she was running out of foul territory there. 2-2 now is the count after that foul ball there. Shaw has 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. Can she find her 5th here for the first out of the inning? 2-2 is the count. There's a ground ball. Shaw finds it though, and a great play in the throw to first in time. Heck of a play there by Julia Shaw. Backhanded the ball. Look what I found. Knew she had plenty of time to throw over to first. Didn't panic. And now 1 out. And this is going to be Burgoyne coming to the plate. She laid down a bunt. There was no throw on the play that loaded the bases back in the 5th inning. That pitch missing outside for a ball. She also grounded out 5-3 in her first at bat. 7 hits so far in the game for Pearl River ICC with 5. That pitch missing. Ooh, looked pretty good. So 2-0 now is the count here to Burgoyne. This pitch fouled back. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here, top of the 7th. Burgoyne, the second baseman, at the dish, digging in, waiting the pitch here from Shaw. Pops this one up, and it's going to get back and out of play. Now the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Big at bat right here for both teams, as the lineup will flip back to the top part after this at bat. Burgoyne dig in with a 2-2 count. Shaw looking for her fifth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, and delivers the pitch high for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on here with 1 out in the inning. 3-2 is the score. ICC with the lead. This pitch lifted. Center fielder going to drift over and make the play for out number 2. That was Martin out there in center field. Walked over, made the catch. Now 2 away in the inning. 3-2 ICC with the lead, and this is going to be Laverne coming to the plate. She had an RBI on a sacrifice fly brought to you by the ICC BSU in her last at bat. She's also singled and flew out to right. So the Indians 1 out away from upsetting the number 2 team in the country. Shaw's pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Laverne. Laverne is the shortstop. She's been solid there this afternoon. 0-1 is the count. 3-2 is the score. ICC with the lead here in the top of the 7th. 0-1 pitch. Off speed but missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Indians clinging to a 1-run lead here. 1-1 pitch coming from Shaw. This one fouled back, and now the count goes 1-2. So now the count 1-2 here to Laverne. She'll step out, talk to her coach, and get refocused here. Indians are out away from earning the split this afternoon with the number 2 team in the country in Pearl River. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here from Shaw. Grounder up the middle. Turner finds it, throws it across the way, and that'll do it. ICC fans and the players fired up here as the Indians pick up the 3-2 win here in Game 2 to earn the split with Pearl River on the afternoon. We'll take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back as a chop echoing here throughout the ICC softball complex. The Indians come back to win by the final score of 3-2 to earn a split with the number 2 team in the country, ICC. They improved to 13-18 overall and stay at 500 with 5-5 inside conference play. That was the first conference loss of the season for Pearl River. They're now 27-4, 9-1 inside conference play. We've got the national anthem playing here as they just left the playlist playing. And we'll continue now with the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Your final line on the afternoon: ICC 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Pearl River 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. We've got to name our Samstown Market star of the game. We're going to give that one to Julia Shaw. She picks up the win inside the circle, but she also had a 2-run home run that proved to be the difference in the game this afternoon. That was all the way back in the first inning when she hit that one. Final bats of the day: Laverne had 1 hit, Toops with 1 hit for Bailey, 2 hits for Daughtry. You had a double by Richey and a single by Burgoyne. Of course, always these Samstown Market stats are unofficial. Turner with a hit, a double by Smith, a double by Tyree, a home run from our Samstown Market star of the game, Julia Shaw, and then a single from McKnight. Shaw finished the game with 4 strikeouts, only walked 1, and the defense did not make any errors behind her, so the defense played solid there. So ICC earns the split with the number 2 team in the country this afternoon, winning the final game 3-2, and then dropping the first one. Had their chances in the first one as they dropped it 5-3 in 10 innings. For Raphael Henry, Cal Brown, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton. We'll see you back here on the Red Channel Tuesday with baseball against Northeast coming your way here on the ICC Sports Network. Have a great weekend, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.